The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the TrapNerd Sports podcast. I'm your host, Duke Clark.
Nobody's interrupted.
No one's interrupted me, thank God. We fired Joe from the podcast, finally. And Donny Bo has replaced him. What's going
Emerging star.
Emerging star Donny Bo.
Media.
You got signed to a max contract.
Man, Harry makes it back.
I'm back, boys.
How was your week off, man?
It was good.
Go on a nice vacation, dude?
I wish.
Sit on the beach, or
That'd been nice.
I heard you went away for 4 days, by yourself, secluded, to see if you were going to come back to the pod or not.
Yeah.
Me and Aaron Rodgers both had the
ayahuasca. Did you do it?
You ran into him out there?
Harry did an ayahuasca trip to see if the podcast was his place in your back.
That's probably lit to do something like that, though.
You know how much it cost?
How much?
Like $30,000.
Damn.
For what?
So the ayahuasca, it's like a retreat. I don't know the science behind ayahuasca, but people down in South America do retreats, and you have to pay to fly out there and go and they give you the correct dosage or whatever. I've heard of people in Buffalo who get it and have done it, and it's not that expensive, but it's pretty rare because I know a lot of drug dealers and none of them sell ayahuasca.
I thought Aaron Rodgers was just smoking on the ayahuasca pack.
No, he goes to retreats.
I didn't know he was doing all of that.
Watch, I'll give you an exact price.
What do they do? What does it do for you?
It's supposed to it's supposed to be like shrooms for rich people. It's supposed to open up your mind.
Damn, this is probably lit.
It's I don't know,
walk up
man.
to the resort, they ask you if you know Joe Rogan. You say yes, and then you're in.
That shit's gotta be crazy.
There's some cheaper ones. So maybe just the celebrity ones are that expensive, but there's some here $3,400.
Yeah, I want the 30,000 one though.
That's probably
crazy.
sick. Yeah. No, it must be a lot cheaper now because it's more popular. But yeah, before people celebrities were paying crazy amounts of money to go do it. Shit, I might do it. $3,400, I could do that.
When do we get to go to a resort?
It's a resort, yeah, but it's not like a pool, girls in bikinis. It's you're in the middle of the Amazon and a tree house.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like. It's not Cancun, really.
Yeah.
It's more
I
about
thought it was a spa or something.
It's more about enlightenment and it's just tripping balls for fancy people, honestly.
You mix it with Hawaii.
I would do it,
$3,400.
It's nice because you're not on your phone for the whole time.
Yeah, you gotta put your phone away and
that is probably really cool.
You gotta crack open coconuts for sustenance and stuff like that. All right, well, I don't know why we started out with that, but because Harry went on the retreat.
He went and did it himself.
So, football's over. It's
That was
depressing.
a hell of a game, though.
It was a great game.
It wasn't until the last minute and a half.
Yeah.
All the Eagles players were fine with the call. I just watched some video.
Yeah, James Bradbury,
Kelsey
admitted to
Hurts,
it.
the coach, nobody was upset about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was the right call, I think.
The field was more of an issue for them. They were kind of more pissed about that. But even that, they said, Kansas City had to play on the same field, so.
That's still crazy, though. I saw something online saying that they've been prepping that grass for so long.
Yeah, and it was horrible.
I don't know if this is true, but my brother said that they take they grow the grass in the stadium and they raise it up so when the sun, I don't fucking know, but
they wheel it in there.
This is the biggest sporting event in America by 113 million people watch the game. It's the fifth. It was the fifth highest TV event in history, and the grass.
The grass is bad as crazy.
And they play football there all year. It's not like they just went to a random stadium to play football.
Right.
How did they not foresee this happening?
I don't know.
I saw that they spent $800,000-ish on the grass.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Which is insane that you spend that much and they mess it up.
And you had 8 games for a trial run. It's not like they don't play football.
Was it the
there.
same grass that the Cardinals used?
I don't know.
Did they use turf or grass?
They brought different gas in?
The story I heard is that this was the special grass that they brought in that was different, and it had been grown outside in a parking lot or locally, and then they brought kind of like wrestling mats. They brought it in and rolled it out.
It's so weird.
It's weird. Like I don't
Why?
understand.
Yeah,
why
I don't
didn't-
get why they would do that.
No,
I
and
think
like,
they said it was a new breed of grass.
It was.
Yeah.
It was like a crossbreed
and
of
the
different
the,
grass
the
types.
guy who was like the head groundskeeper guy saw this that he was he said he was claiming that it had something to do with the halftime show screwed up. It got too wet or something because of the halftime show.
But it was happening in the first half too.
That was the thing that he was trying to blame, that like he didn't expect. I think probably like through the rehearsal processes when they practiced bringing the stage out, I don't think he expected like all that wear and tear on it. So they probably overwatered it, and then that was kind of the way the article, the interview that I saw, like the report that they were reading, was that what the guy was saying. So, but sounds like
it's strange, and it's just like these random things that happen, like the 49ers and Ravens game.
Oh, and the power went out.
Yeah, and the power goes out, and like just weird stuff happening, and it affected. I feel like it affected the Eagles' game plan more than the Chiefs, though, because the Eagles' game plan is like, we broke the record for sacks or came close or whatever. Like we're trying to
they
sack.
were getting dominated.
Yeah, and they fucking the footwork of the
I feel like
defensive
Reddick
linemen
was just slipping every play and couldn't get any like. He wasn't explosive at all.
Yeah, and that's a big part of the Chiefs' defense as well, but. I mean, coming in the game, you knew it was like the Eagles have to stop Mahomes, not the other way around. Mahomes can keep up with Hurts. Hurts can't keep up with Mahomes if the defense doesn't, which he did.
Yeah,
he did, though.
Hurts played
Hurts was
low.
balling.
But, like, coming in the game, you're thinking the defense is – you need the defense to do well on the Eagles side, and then they're just, like, falling all over the place.
Yeah, they got cooked in the second half, too.
And Mahomes just couldn't even walk to end the first half, and then he came out in the second half like his ankle was better than ever.
Dude, either he's, like, superhuman or he's just kind of a cornball and acting like he's hurt, because he acted like he was hurt last game, the last play of the game, or not the last play, but like the dagger play was the run.
It's good for your your resume though. He couldn't even walk, but on those plays,
He's got the
just
ankle
was
game.
running,
He ran 30 yards or whatever. Fuck,
He's got to get like the flu game, like how Jordan has that. Mahomes has the
He's
ankle
got
now.
2 of them now, yeah.
Yeah, he's the best, man.
He is
they had
the
to,
best,
they had to
but-
give him some kind of painkiller or something at
Oh,
halftime.
absolutely,
Like a crazy one.
for sure. He was dipping his last run, like the 25-yarder or whatever. He was out.
Yeah, he was gone, dude.
like the
and he
fastest he's ever
he
ran.
was bouncing around.
Yeah.
Like the pocket kind of like
Oh, yeah, he was stepping
was
up.
like-
and,
yeah, dude.
coming back.
his ankle's fucking fine, dude. I don't want
Juju
to hear that
finally
shit.
showed up.
Juju
He had
showed
a big
up.
fourth quarter.
Yeah, like Kelsey killed in the first half. Was
Yeah.
like just open on every fucking play.
Andy Reid and Bellamy, or that's his name, right?
Yeah, Bellamy.
Like they're so good.
They were cooking in the red zone.
I told you Andy Reid was about to pull out all the stops
He
to
did.
beat the Eagles.
Dudes are just wide open to the side. Same play, like twice.
Yeah, it was unreal.
Said flip it and put him over there with Tony. They'll never see it coming.
And then
Tony had a big punt return.
yeah, and he scored a touchdown.
You're right though. They had a big punt return and a fumble. That is like the Brady effect. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Those are a couple big plays.
The
that-
fumble was huge.
Then
Well, they
almost
should have
got
had
another
2
one.
fumbles.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that because that was a fucking catch, dude. So like that's
No, it
why,
was
that was a
not.
fucking dude. He literally grabbed it with both of his arms, tucked it into his chest, and turned to start running and got hit.
You watch it in real time?
Yeah.
He said, bam. Gone.
But he had it. He had control of it.
Were you the one who sent me the TikTok of the guy breaking down the catch?
Which no.
So there was this guy. He was saying when you look at Miles Sanders' catch, well, the incompletion, and then you look at Goddard's catch that they challenged, he's like literally they're the same play, but because of one guy's going out of bounds and one guy isn't, like they said it was correctly called, but like it's a horrible rule basically. He's like how is Goddard's a catch and Sanders isn't?
I don't. It was to me. It was a catch.
He thought Sanders should have been a catch over
Yeah.
Dallas Goddard's or whatever.
I watched the
I agree with
slow-mo.
both. I don't know. It looked good to me.
The rules are just crazy.
I was the only one in my house rooting for the Chiefs because I put money on the Chiefs. Everyone else is rooting for Philly. Fucking, they're like, oh, it's not a fumble. I'm like, dude, look at it. They literally slowed it down. He's got it tucked into his chest.
But he don't make a football move. That's the
But
problem.
he was turning to just because he got hit a little
He
too
got hit
early.
immediately,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Like, so if he would have waited 0.2 seconds and let
if you
Miles
would have
Sanders
went to
take one step.
yes, then I agree.
No, come on, dude. It was in his hands.
It's a silly rule for sure.
It's not like he was bobbling
You know
it.
what was nice was not betting on the game, liking both quarterbacks, and just enjoying the shit out of the game.
No, I would have hated that.
Oh, it was so great. It literally was probably the best Super Bowl that I've watched besides when the Packers won it.
Really?
Yeah, because all the other Super Bowls, I like have a team that I'm rooting for, or like maybe I hate one of the teams, but like actually liking both teams and both quarterbacks, and like it being that good of a game. I don't know. That shit was lit.
I have to root for someone, or it's just not that.
I was rooting
entertaining
for the Eagles. I don't like the Chiefs. I don't like them.
Do you like the Bills?
Yeah.
That's probably. I feel like that's why though, because Mahomes is becoming the villain.
And
Nobody
not only
wants them
that,
to
I just
win.
feel like the Bills roster is better than the Chiefs roster. There's no way they should.
It
the
is,
Super
except
Bowl. We
I
watched
I
them
don't
beat
think so.
them.
I don't think so.
At the quarterback position, man.
See, I was
think
gonna
it's-
get to that. I want to talk about the game first, but obviously I was gonna bring the Bills into it somehow because this
Yeah.
is a Buffalo podcast. But so anyway, let's just get through the game. So I said that Mahomes had a Brady game. Harry got mad.
He had
He had like
moments.
160 yards in the
Yeah.
fourth quarter.
He did have Harry made a good point. He had those scrambles, which
He had
Brady-
44 rush yards. Brady can't.
Brady's only getting that if like they're allowing him to. You know, like Mahomes was making people miss to do it. He made the plays yet, but it was very Brady-esque. There was
But he
some
put up
things-
30. Well, he put up 31 points if you don't count the defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the
punt, too.
the punt that got him like right
To
there.
like the 6.
Yeah, so he put up 24 points. It's
Yeah.
still, but Brady has won like how many Super Bowls with under?
Brady's
24
won like
points?
Yeah.
16,
He
13.
won like 7-3.
Yeah,
I'm definitely not saying it's like quite one of those Brady games.
I get it though.
but
There was moments in the game.
and he's getting those calls now that Patriots the Patriots team used to get, and like, and it also not as bad because Brady had a whole rule made up for him in a game he should have lost.
Right.
But it's still getting to that point where it's very similar. To me, I love Andy Reid. I want Andy Reid to like when he retires, I want people to think of him how he should be thought of as like a top, I don't know,
Arguably
5,
the
6
best coach.
like other than Belichick, arguably the best coach of this generation.
Yep.
So I'm happy to see him get a ring. I don't care if the Bills aren't in it. I have no reason to hate the Chiefs. I like that Andy Reid got another ring. I like that Mahomes is getting another ring because I don't want this 15 years from now for the people to be like, oh, Mahomes isn't nearly as good as Brady just because they're looking at rings. Like Mahomes is.
Mahomes is nasty.
He
for
might
sure.
not get that 7. People might not ever call him the GOAT, but Mahomes right now is as good as Brady's ever been. I would argue that he's better than Brady's ever been. I'm happy that he got a ring so that could be solidified because he deserves it.
If
He's
you
that
lost,
good.
yeah. If you lose, now you're 1-2.
But he made the plays he had to make. Wasn't sacked once. Offensive line did great, but the defensive line of Philly did have like a couple plays there in the second quarter where they were like getting after him and he was just making a miss.
They got
run
smoked
game,
in the
too.
second half,
Pacheco.
though, like you said.
But yeah, the defensive line.
Pacheco was real underrated
He
in
had like
that game.
76 yards rushing, I think.
Yeah,
Well, he had 70.
Mahomes had 44.
Mahomes had 44, and McKinnon had like 20 or 30 or something like that. They had like 100, almost 150 rushing yards. It was a very
The Eagles couldn't
Patriots'
do
best
anything.
game, yeah.
They're like they had the number 1 defense or whatever, but any time they played a good quarterback, the numbers showed.
yeah. So
Yeah, they didn't really play like any.
they
good
didn't really play
quarterbacks
any
all
good
year.
quarterbacks, yeah.
Like Rodgers
Unless you
lit him
count
up, Goff lit him up, Dak lit him up.
And then Trevor Lawrence had that rain game.
Yeah, that was the only quarterbacks that they really played.
So, on the Eagles side, though, I feel like other than their defense playing well, they did everything right and they still lost. They had the
Yeah.
ball like 60 minutes.
They had the ball the whole first half.
There was a time where Mahomes wasn't on the field for like what, an hour,
Yeah, Bucker
yeah.
missed a field goal.
real out like an hour real time or whatever.
They said it was like an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah.
TV said when he had 9 plays or something.
Wow,
They
That's
did everything
ridiculous.
they had to do, but
That's throwing in Rihanna, of course, in there, but
oh yeah,
that makes it a little longer.
I don't.
Yeah,
Like,
you're up 10 at the half, and like everybody knows, like Mahomes is gonna make this a game.
Yeah, and
I don't know. The way the first half was going, I was like, wow, they're really about to cook him.
Yeah, I was impressed when after the Chiefs got that like kind of fluky touchdown. I mean, that Hurts fumble was weird, and the Eagles just ended up still going up 10 points. I was like, oh wow, like they're.
yeah, like
They're on
a
shit.
lot of things went wrong for them, and they still were up by
Yeah.
10.
But the halftime adjustments and they're just too nice. That'll probably be the opening Thursday game too. Eagles at Chiefs.
Yeah, they do play.
That'll be fire.
That'd be cool.
So I had some other stuff that I want to talk about. So basically, we already mentioned Chiefs O-line beat the Philly D-line, which I think
That was
right there, that
huge,
was like the
yeah.
beginning of the end for
Yeah,
Philly.
It's massive.
Kadarius Toney showed up, made
Had-
it worth getting him.
Yeah,
Had a touchdown and a big punt return.
Andy Reid called, I think, like a perfect game. It's like it takes a good coach to like be like, we have Mahomes. They used Mahomes as a game manager for most of the game, and they just were like, okay, they're gonna try and defend Mahomes. They're trying to shut Mahomes down, take what's given to us, run the ball. They were getting chunk plays and then when they threw it, fucking Kelsey's wide open.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like schemed perfectly. He didn't try doing anything too crazy. He wasn't pulling no Philly special out of his hat. It was just like this is like no one can stop our offense.
Yeah, it was like fundamentals.
He did what we thought he was going to do all year. Like, we thought, like, the dink and dunk, death by 1,000 paper cuts, we said 100 fucking times. They didn't really do that in the regular season. And then today, or Sunday, that's what they did. It was just, like, run plays here, a couple big chunk passes.
How about that one play, too? Mahomes gets hit in the head twice. Like, people complain about the refs. That should have been called.
Yeah.
And he still made that throw where Kelsey, like, gets real low and catches it for a first down. Like, that play was crazy.
Yeah. Where he got some. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's, like, falling and catching it.
That was nuts.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Mahomes gets hit in the head twice. Not hard, but it's roughing the passer. That's the rule.
Yeah.
Like, you can't hit the quarterback in the head. Nobody was mad that wasn't called.
It does suck 2 weeks in a row.
That's how they won 2 games in a row, dude.
But they were both the right calls, but they were both technically the right calls, but I still maintain that maybe they shouldn't get made. Like, just
Juju's not catching that pass.
no. Well, the thing is he wasn't able to get into his route, so you don't know. And that's why it wasn't a pass interference; it was a holding.
Yeah,
because,
so catchable or not doesn't matter on
Yeah.
holding. That's another thing. I think where a lot of people are saying it wasn't catchable, but it doesn't matter because the quarterback had the ball holding on the defense.
Because maybe he gets to his spot if he's not held. Like, maybe that's a perfect throw. We don't know. But what are you gonna do? I mean,
I wish
you can't
McKinnon
make
would have
those
scored.
calls.
That was smart that he didn't. I like that the Eagles. I wish the dude for the Eagles would have pulled him into the end zone or something.
Yeah.
And like seen Hurts have a chance.
That would have been very smart.
Yeah. He was gonna score until Kelsey said something. Like Kelsey was like, "Get down," and he noticed the slide real quick.
He said, "This is
Smart
my Super
football,
Bowl
but it
touchdown
sucks.
right
It
here."
was like
Yeah.
me and Harry were talking like, is this the greatest Super Bowl ever? And for the most of the game, and it was entertaining for most of the game. I think there was little stretches there where Philly was like doing whatever they could to hold on to the ball, which kind of take away from the entertainment factor. And then also like the finish. We've just seen like the Santonio Holmes game-winning catch.
Yeah.
The David Tyree like
And those
not
had
game winner, but
better finishes.
yeah.
The
I'll
game
take
was just great. Like Hurts throws a bomb to Smith. He threw a bomb touchdown to
Perfect
AJ
throw,
Brown.
too.
Then his
A.J.
two-point
Brown's touchdown
conversion
was
where he
clean.
basically runs that guy over. Like those were fun moments to like set up like
Yeah.
the best game of all time. And then the ending was kind of
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wish it wasn't called, whether it's the right call or not.
Yeah.
Because now you give Hurts the ball down by 3 a minute and however much, like it was like a minute
Yeah.
30 left. Like that
chance
could've
to
been-
win it or tie it.
Yeah.
I was hoping he threw a Hail Mary and got like a makeup call, but that Hail Mary throw was horrible.
Well, in my opinion, that
It
fumble
was like 20 yards short.
that fumble should have been called. So it's even to me. Like I really
yeah,
feel
I don't
like
think I don't look at this game and think the refs won it
no
at all.
No.
But it obviously was shitty timing.
I think you can't call that with the season on the line like that. Championship on the line. I don't think you can call that one.
It was. I think you have to because Juju had him beat.
The only
Juju
problem is
played
if
him
you
on the
don't call
inside.
it, and then the Eagles score a touchdown. It's like you didn't call this penalty, and now we lost because of it.
Yeah, it was a lose-lose because I mean like it sucks that they made the right call, but it sucks that's the way it ended. But if they don't make the call, then the Eagles win. It's like that was the call you should have made.
Yep.
But like Juju had him inside. James Bradbury jumped the inside route and Juju like cut back outside. He doesn't hold him. He probably gets 2 or 3 steps on Bradbury right there. Like you never know, but he had him inside, beat him on the outside. Fucking Bradbury sitting here trying to turn to match the route, tugs him just a little bit. You can't really bail Bradbury out like that if he gets beat on the route, you know what I mean? So
Somebody was going to be unhappy either way.
Yeah,
like you said, if the Eagles
yeah.
win, all the Chiefs fans would have been like, well, you missed the holding call.
Yeah, exactly. It does suck that that's how it ended, but either way,
It sucks
Chiefs
because the Chiefs
offense-
were able to kneel the clock out.
Yeah, it's
I think if
boring.
they weren't able to do that and the Eagles still had a chance, nobody would have cared as much.
No.
But the fact that it literally ended the game sucked.
Yeah, it was just a boring way to end an otherwise like great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's like 4 minutes left and that happened, that'd be nothing.
Yeah, because the Eagles have an opportunity to make up for it.
So yeah, I just other than that, I want to talk about the Eagles because even though their defense didn't show up, Jalen Hurts, it's like to be last. We came into this year like, even the Eagles came into this year like, do we keep Hurts next year? They traded they had their picks this year instead of taking a quarterback. They pushed their picks back 1 year to see if Hurts is good.
They got him the right weapons to
Yeah.
give him a fair chance.
But they still what's the move they did to get another pick in this year's draft? They did was it the Saints trade?
The Saints trade.
The Saints
Yeah,
trade.
they
They have the Saints pick, so.
Yeah, they traded the Saints for their first this year, I believe, or something like that. They basically pushed their picks back a year to give Hurts 1 more year. But that's still not a ton of confidence in your guy. Like, you're pushing picks back a year to see if you might need another quarterback.
It's smart, though.
It's very smart. And then Hurts just comes out, has second-team All-Pro, makes the Super Bowl, and there's other than
Balls
that
out,
weird
yeah.
fumble, like, played perfectly.
Yeah, he had a perfect game outside of that.
Yeah, three over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and they were dots.
Yeah, he was playing so good.
The one
That
throw to
catch
Smith
was insane.
Yeah, he was killing it the whole game. Runs for 70 yards, 4 touchdowns to 1 turnover. I mean, like, it sucks that the Chiefs are that good because 4 touchdowns to 1 turnover, you should win that game every.
Yeah, I don't think
fucking
any
time.
other quarterback beats the Eagles that day.
Absolutely not. I mean, and then the punt, and like that's what it comes down to.
Too, yeah.
The punt and that one fucking Hurts turnover. But
Yeah.
he,
They got a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
free
You got to
agents
give
on
him his
defense now.
flowers.
But their offense should be back and loaded.
And
But
they
they
have
might
a ton
lose
of
like
picks.
Miles Sanders, which I don't think will be too bad.
They hardly used him.
Yeah, Gainwell was – well, he was hurt in the first quarter.
So I think the Eagles will
Just
be
fumbled.
I think the Eagles will be back.
Yeah, they're still going to be good. They do have like some older players, like Sue. They're probably not going to bring back.
He don't do shit.
He had that one. Like he stuffed like
He's like
two,
a solid run stopper.
Yeah, he stuffed Pacheco on the one play.
I know he had a
But he's
penalty,
definitely
a 50-yarder.
the penalty. He's definitely not the same guy he used to be. Fletcher Cox.
I just
is
don't
gonna-
see him like them losing him and
it being a huge deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I get
all.
what you're saying. Yeah,
He's definitely a nice piece to have, but
Fletcher
we'll see
Cox,
what happens with Gardner Johnson or whatever his name
yeah,
is,
he's a
and
free agent. Bradbury's a free
see
agent.
what they do with some of those guys. But like you said, they have a lot of picks to fill in those spots as well. So
You still got to think the Eagles got to be the favorites for the NFC next year.
yeah, I think them and San Fran are just so much
San
better
Fran too,
than.
yeah.
Then, so I looked at the odds. Them and San Fran are tied
Yeah,
for the Super Bowl. I don't know about the NFC. I looked for the Super
And
Bowl.
it's got to just be by a lot. Like nobody's even really close.
So it was. I don't know about the NFC. The top 5 teams were Chiefs plus 650. The Bills were like 7-1. Who was right behind them?
The
And-
Bengals.
Maybe the Bengals. I think the Bengals were only 50 below the Bills, and
Then
then
it's
it
gotta
was
be Eagles and
and then it was
Niners.
9-1 both for the Eagles and the Niners. Yeah, who else in that? If the Packers lose fucking Aaron Rodgers, the Bucks aren't going to be good. Like,
Yeah, the Cowboys
think
probably will have good.
the Cowboys got to be third in the NFC.
well, the
Yeah.
Cowboys cap position isn't the greatest either. Like, they're going to cut Zeke. Maybe they get Zeke back on a.
Well, he was all coming back on a friendly
On a
deal,
cheap
and then
deal, yeah.
they might tag. They're gonna at least tag Pollard, I think.
Yep.
I don't think they're gonna lose Pollard. They said
they
so.
lost Kellen Moore though, and they got fucking
Schottenheimer.
yeah, Sharton, and he's not
He's a
good.
bum.
But McCarthy's gonna call the plays, though, I guess.
That's what they're saying, which is not good either. But
I was talking to Murr today, and he was like, "Oh, Kellen Moore isn't that good anymore." I was like, "Bro, they've had top 5 offenses the past 2
Kellen Moore is
years with
great.
Dak Prescott. I don't.
Where'd he go? The Chargers, Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be good for the Chargers.
That'd be huge if Staley's just like, I'm not calling plays anymore.
The AFC's gonna be low. Like Jacksonville's gonna get better. The Chargers are gonna be
Jacksonville
better.
too, yes.
Denver's got Sean Payton.
That doesn't matter.
No, it does. Sean Payton's that guy, dude.
The Jets are about to get like Derek Carr.
I hope the Jets get Derek Carr because that means they're not getting Lamar or Aaron Rodgers.
It'd still be a huge
Yeah,
upgrade.
Derek Carr
though.
be way better than those guys.
It'd still be a playoff team probably.
They'd still be way better, but like if they get Rodgers or Lamar,
Bro, no, I get it. Yeah.
I'm gonna be sick.
They're-
I mean,
they're gonna
to
be
be fair,
nasty.
to get Lamar or Rodgers, they have to give up a lot of assets where they can get
But
Carr
if
for
you get
nothing.
Lamar, the Jets are set up for his whole career.
But if you to get a guy like to get Rodgers, it might be a little less because he's almost 40, or is he 40?
I don't think so.
Maybe 38.
39, I thought 38, 39. Maybe though. I don't know.
I'd be happy with Rodgers there though, because it's like, okay, you're gonna be good for what, 2 years
Yeah, but
at most.
I don't know. Like to get Rodgers, you probably have to give up a decent amount, but to get Lamar, you have to give. They're gonna the Ravens are gonna.
They're gonna cash in on Lamar.
Franchise tag Lamar and then trade him. They're not gonna like let him get to free agency.
Oh no.
So I mean, at least the Jets would have to give up something crazy. Maybe they lose out on some weird like I don't know
Yeah,
what
no, Lamar,
I don't know
I
what
saw
that
you
trade
gotta
would
give
look
like
but
2 to 3 first-round picks, I think, to get Lamar. Is what they're saying on like Fox Sports.
yeah, maybe they have to give up Garrett Wilson or something. I don't fucking.
Yeah.
Maybe they lose out somewhere.
He
I don't
won
know.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, right?
Hey,
Yep.
man, yeah, they swept the
Oh yeah,
rookie.
because Sauce got
Cause
that.
Sauce
I
last
got
saw
defense,
Seattle, their Seattle Seahawks Twitter. They tweeted that Kenneth Walker had the most first-place votes for Offensive Rookie of the Year,
Oh shit.
but Garrett Wilson won.
He just had most overall votes or whatever.
Yep. Which is kind of trash.
Yeah, Walker's a beast.
Walker was a beast, but he was kind of a non-factor for like the first.
Yeah, he didn't
However
play for like
many
the first
weeks.
5 weeks.
And then he got
Yeah.
hurt again.
Yeah,
So
I
I
think
get it.
Wilson deserved it, especially like with the quarterback instability. all that type of stuff. I think he deserved it.
No, he had a great season playing with all the bums that they have.
Yeah, so the awards were Mahomes won MVP.
That was outrageous.
Geno Smith got
Comeback
player of the year.
Jefferson got offensive.
Yeah, defensive was
Yeah, I didn't
Nick
see who
Bosa.
defense was. I didn't
Nick
see
Bosa,
that.
I believe.
Was it Bosa?
Um,
Who was coach of the year? Dable.
Dable.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
I don't really have any beef with any of the awards this year.
What was your issue with the MVP?
No problem with Mahomes getting it, but the voting was like 48
to 50
to 1.
Yeah.
Like,
thought it
there's
should be
no way
closer?
Hurts only gets one MVP.
They were
vote.
saying because he got hurt. That's what a lot of people's excuse was.
He missed like what, 2 games?
How'd
game?
Allen get a vote though?
Yeah,
Like
Allen
no
got
joke,
one
not
vote.
even like shouting at you.
I think because they looked at that playoff game and they were like, wow, this team really fucking sucks. Like I think maybe I don't. He deserved a vote. I mean, not
I don't
over
know,
not
man.
over
Like,
Mahomes.
I don't know.
Not
Like,
over
I like
Mahomes.
Allen. I'm just saying I think Hurts and Mahomes should have swept the votes.
Yeah, I don't
He-
think you could give.
You look at that.
Or
Allen
vote.
a vote
Jefferson
over
should have
either
got a
of those
vote,
two
I
guys.
think, over Allen.
Jefferson, yeah, even that, I agree.
I'm not disagreeing or agreeing. I'm just saying,
Yeah, I was
like,
just
you-
surprised.
You
I
look,
mean,
you
I
look
don't
at that
care,
team
but-
and like how everything else performed. Like one of the worst offensive lines in the league. One
Well,
of the
break
worst.
down then. You said Kansas City's roster's better. So
No, I don't think their roster's completely better, but like I think it's a little bit underrated. They were the second in the league in sacks.
Yeah, their defense really showed up the second half of the year when their rookies got like McDuffie, Karlaftis. Them dudes started crushing towards the end of the year.
So I got to pull up the Chiefs drafts by year, but like this is really obviously other than Mahomes being the best player in the NFL, the difference between the Chiefs and the Bills is the drafting. I mean, the Chiefs had like 5 starters on their defense as rookies. They had Nick Bolton that they drafted like last year or 2 years ago, had 180
He's nice.
tackles this year, got the defensive touchdown.
And he was about to force the
forced,
or no, or he scored on that too. I think it was about to be a second touchdown.
Was
right?
that him tackling or was that him
I think
scoring?
He might have done both.
The
What
guy who
bothers
scored
me?
the first touchdown was about to score the second one.
Yeah.
That-
So
Why
Nick
don't-
Bolton.
They need 2 awards then. They need MVP and they need best player, because I don't think they're the same thing.
Well, this year I think they
But
were.
they become
Jefferson's
it's
the best
become
player.
that.
Jefferson is the best player. I agree.
That's
I think-
you know what I mean. Like I would love them to actually come up with a different one
Because
because
quarterbacks always win MVP. So they
and
need
so
to
just do best quarterback then.
Yeah.
Like it just and I hate when sports do that because like I would say some years Mahomes is the MVP, but then how did Lamar get it that one year unanimously? Right when Lamar got it and they didn't win anything. Like I mean
they
I
were
know
one and done.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
like
Like
Derrick
that's kind of
Henry
like
ran for,
that's
like,
kind of like why I'm
2,000
confused.
yards.
Like Jefferson to me is deserved something this year, and would he get
He
offensive
got
player?
offensive player.
So
yeah.
maybe that's good enough.
That's
but
what it's gonna.
That's kind of what it is.
What it's
Like
become,
Henry
yeah.
got it the year where people thought he should have been MVP.
Henry
he
should have
got
been MVP
the
that year.
offensive player of the year. So maybe that's what they look at as their.
That's what it's gonna become to this point because even if the Vikings lose Jefferson, they get a lot worse. But if the Chiefs lose Pat Mahomes, it's like
They do,
Give
but like
up on
look
the
at Henny
season.
going 98 yards. Like
Yeah, they
obviously
can still
I'm
make the
not.
playoffs without
I'm
Mahomes.
not saying.
no.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They don't make the playoffs with Chad Henne throwing to Juju and
Look at the 49ers.
yeah, but the 49ers got all those weapons. Like the 49ers had a perfect team outside of quarterback. The Chiefs had a great offensive line. They had Pacheco who stepped up at the end of the year. But you're not winning.
Any
with Chad
game Henny's
Henne.
under pressure, they would just lose.
Yeah.
But because they have a good O line, they could put together some good drives like they did.
They could like look at the Bills. The Bills number 1 or 3 defense, and then they make the playoffs. They suck because they had things that good coaching could cover up until you're getting exposed by really good teams. Maybe Henne brings them to the playoffs, but by the time they make it to the playoffs, if they play a team like the Bengals, they get fucking smoked. Like that
Well, yeah, they get smoked.
Coaching
in
only
the
goes so
playoffs,
far.
but I think they can make the playoffs.
possibly. I don't think so though.
It's still tough, yeah.
Um,
Maybe with Tyreek and Kelsey, like that team.
yeah,
But with this team, I don't think so.
Yeah, like when Alex Smith was there, they were.
Yeah.
Alex Smith is good.
They were
though.
still good.
Alex Smith was like a Jimmy G. He was like
But
a
maybe
good
Chad Henne
manager.
is good under Andy Reid in that offense, though. We would never know.
Maybe, dude.
He's come up clutch every time.
Yeah, he helped beat the Browns,
Browns
and
game,
then
yeah.
this game against Jacksonville. That's 2 playoff games that he's in limited work. He's
That's
done what he's going to
nuts.
do.
So
But I do think Mahomes is probably still the most valuable player as well.
yeah.
He's just so good.
So the Chiefs, if you break it down by position, offensive
Way better.
so much better.
Which is so important.
yeah.
We're talking about versus Bills.
versus
Yeah.
Bills. Receiving core. You got Diggs, you got Kelsey. I
Yeah,
mean,
the-
go either way you want to lean. Let's just call it a wash.
I'll take Kelsey only because there's as much as you want a game plan. We've watched Diggs now in the Bills' last 2 playoff losses be taken out of the game.
Yeah.
Which I'm not saying it's his fault or not, but somehow you don't take Kelsey out the fucking game.
Nope.
Yeah,
Somehow
literally.
they get him the ball and he crushes. He's
Like
one of the best
in space too.
Yeah.
Dude's like by himself in the middle of the field. I'm like, how?
He's one of
This
the
is
he has
your
some of the
only
best
good
playoff
dude that
stats
you have to
now.
cover.
Yeah.
I think he has the most.
He's up there with
second most-
Gronk and Rice now. He passed
Yeah.
Gronk, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
For touchdowns in the
yeah,
playoffs.
I mean he's as far as that, I'm taking that duo. There's something with Mahomes and Kelsey. They know how to read coverages and figure it out.
So then it comes down to Juju versus
Gabe,
Gabe.
and that's just
bad.
yeah. I mean, I do.
Wash maybe.
I like Juju when he's because my
I would
issue
rather have
with
Gabe
Juju
Davis than
is,
Juju,
Juju's
for sure.
hurt a lot. Like leaves the game, comes back next week type player.
Yeah.
But he proved it in the fourth quarter. I mean, Juju was the Chiefs' best player outside of Mahomes.
Yeah.
he had like
It's just-
5 or 6 catches in that quarter and drew the penalty.
He's
So,
so
I mean, I do like
slow.
Juju.
He's like not.
At least catches the ball, man.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
another
true.
thing too. I'll take Juju for sure.
even if we want to say it's a wash, now you get to like the I mean, I guess after you get Dawson Knox is probably the best like left on either team, but then what do you got? Isaiah McKenzie, Khalil Shakur versus Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Yeah, these are all.
I mean, they're
I
all
like Tony. Other than that, though, like Scantlin did show up in
Tony
the
hardly
AFC
played, but
Championship.
he played in the Super Bowl good.
AFC Championship, Scantlin, I thought played out of his ass, but he didn't even catch a ball in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like he sucks, but so does McKenzie, and you guys didn't want to use Shakir. It seemed like he made some big plays against the Dolphins.
He
The
also
big
had
difference
some
is
drops.
coaching
He had
too,
some
though.
drops,
Andy
too.
Reid versus
But
McDermott is
that was
huge.
my next point. Yeah. And then you got Andy Reid versus McDermott, and then like running backs, they're probably a wash once again.
Yeah, I
but
would say
Andy Reid
wash.
uses the running backs way better
Pacheco
than we
runs
use
hard
ours.
as hell.
Like I think James Cook should be better than Pacheco, but they
I
use
agree.
Pacheco the way he should be used, and have a great offensive line.
And then
Our offensive
McKinnon's a
line
good
sucks.
player. He's always been, that's why he's lasted in the league so long. Is he can catch the ball, he blocks well.
Yeah, and then defensively, I
Yeah,
mean, I was
situational
probably
football. McKinnon's real good.
their defensive line was way better than ours after Von Miller went down.
Chris
Jones is
too
the
nice.
best by far between either team. Their linebackers, they play
Your
differently.
linebackers are better though.
Our linebackers are better, but defensively, we're such different teams that it's hard to compare. Like we use our linebackers in coverage a lot more. They just have Nick Bolton like chase the running back down every single play.
Yeah,
He's
he's a
not really
beast.
in coverage as much. But like even like Willie Gay, and I would say our defensive backs should have been better, but they weren't. Like
Yeah,
all
White
their
kind of was washed a little bit, and then with Hyde
Hyde
being
was
out,
out.
that hurts.
yeah.
Like if you guys had Hyde and Von Miller, I would definitely take your guys'
Yeah.
defense. It's just losing 2 studs,
Losing Von
huge
Miller
studs,
is massive.
And that comes down
and they have the
to-
best punter in football too.
Yeah,
I think a
Townsend.
lot of people don't realize that. Like he was first team All Pro. So
Chiefs?
yeah.
Yeah,
So when you
Townsend.
finally got Mahomes off the field, this fucking punter's
He's like,
changing
oh,
field position on you or something. Like
we're gonna
they're
send it to the 5.
It really comes down to like he legitimately has a shot at 6 or 7 because this year was supposed to be like the worst year. They're drafting amazing to replace all the players they lost. All the rookie defensive backs this year were better than all their veteran defensive backs last year, including Tyrann Mathieu. Like
Who's the one white dude? The safety?
from last year.
Yeah, that
fucking
dude
Sorensen.
sucked.
Oh my
yes,
God.
that guy. He was so
My
bad.
cousin hated him. But you got to think another thing too. The Chiefs didn't they trade ahead of you guys to get McDuffie?
and
Like what a
Mahomes.
move!
Yeah.
Like McDuffie was so like Elam wasn't bad, but McDuffie was like really good.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe the Chiefs run a zone, and like we do like weird like zone press. And I don't even know what we do. Like sometimes we're running like man press, other times we're running like blitzes, and we're fucking off. I don't even know what defensive scheme we run.
I don't
like,
think the defensive coordinator knows either. That dude.
like I thought it was man, and then like they started doing zone a lot
I like
like
that you got
last
this ball
year.
in your hand.
I know, dude. It's like helping me stress. Yeah. I don't even, dude. I don't know.
So my question to you:
Yes.
you trade Josh Allen on this Chiefs team and Mahomes on this Bills team. What happens in the playoffs?
Chiefs win the Super Bowl, but handily. I think the Chiefs get better.
If they get Josh Allen?
Yes.
Wow.
I think that's a dude. I don't know. We've never seen. I think Mahomes is better, but like we've never seen Josh Allen have an offensive line like that. Like
If he's got the play
All
calling,
that
the
time.
O-line, the same amount of weapons, he can also run the ball like insane.
No, well, this has always been my argument with Mahomes and Josh Allen. Mahomes will take what's given to him. Mahomes will be okay throwing 180 yards and winning the game. Josh Allen, is he okay with that? Like, is he okay hitting those underneath routes?
How about all
and
the
opening things
turnovers
up?
too? Mahomes don't turn the ball over the way Allen does.
Well, no, they were pretty close
Were
in
they?
the regular season, interception-wise. The fumbles put Josh Allen above.
I just feel like Allen had some really bad. Maybe it's just the way he turns it over.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you're saying Mahomes is close, then I could be wrong, but I just feel like Allen.
They were close at one point.
Turnovers.
I'll see what they finished. I know because of fumbles, Josh Allen was more, but
Interception-wise, so I think they were pretty.
They were
even.
pretty close interception-wise.
Yeah, I don't think the Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year without Mahomes.
So interceptions, I think Josh Allen had 16. Mahomes had 12, but that was like towards the end of the year. Josh Allen like pulled away from him.
So he had 4.
But they were both
Allen
top
threw
3.
4 more
had
picks, and then he
16.
also
Then
had
the
all
fumbles. Yeah, absolutely. But it wasn't like Pat Mahomes just doesn't
he
turn
didn't
the
have
ball
like
over.
3 years. He didn't have like a Rodgers year where Rodgers had like 5 or 6 the one year.
Oh no, Allen only had 14 interceptions, so only 2 more.
That's not bad then.
But the fumbles probably really separates it. No, I mean,
It's obviously something we'll
he's
never
the team's
know.
lead back though too.
That's
like,
true.
That's why you're gonna fumble so much.
We'll never know because it's the
And
game I
offensive
want
line.
to play. Is like if Rodgers had Andy Reid and Belichick. Like I like to get in those. We'll never know though.
That's what I'm saying. If Aaron Rodgers had the offense, but it goes to the same argument. Like if he had the offensive lines Tom Brady had, which he kind of did, not this year because you guys were hurt a lot.
Yeah,
But
we had it, and then Bakhtiari
Bakhtiari
got
got
hurt.
hurt.
Man, that really cost us possibly a Super Bowl or 2.
but Tom Brady has shown to be more willing to take those underneath routes to open.
That's
things
what I'm saying.
up.
I just wonder if Brady and Mahomes have that it factor more than Allen and Rodgers.
It's the
as
IQ,
far
I
as
think.
winning the game and taking, like
Yeah.
you said, what's given to them. And we'll never know because they'll never play on those teams. Like my cousin texted me, he was like, he's a Chiefs fan. He's excited. He's like, oh, Mahomes, I think's already past like Rodgers and Manning. And I'm like, I'm not going to argue because, but if Rodgers had Andy Reid and,
I would
and
say
Mahomes
Rodgers,
had
yes.
McCarthy, then
It's
I
huge,
wonder
yeah.
what we would be saying. But
yeah, play calling is so big,
See, the thing with
and just coaching in general. Like these coaches are gonna tell you what. Bills coach is not that good, dude.
Well, look at Dable when Josh Allen had Dable. Dable like somehow like reined in Josh Allen. Like Josh Allen wasn't making those dumb plays last year. He had more interceptions last year somehow. But if you just watched both seasons, you'd be like, Josh Allen this year made way worse decisions than the Josh Allen did last year. Like I don't care that he threw more interceptions. Like the decision making, his ability to throw a fuck to the running back. Like that's what like those little things are where you'll lose a game. That like we're looking at, okay, Mahomes only had 180 yards, but he didn't lose the game.
Taking the easy play rather than taking the shot for no reason.
Josh Allen hits Devin Singletary in a 5-yard fucking curl route. The Bills might have beat they might not have beat the Bengals, but
it changes the game.
changes the script. It changes the game script. Maybe they're close enough to the point they get another chance. I don't fucking know. Mahomes will never do that. Mahomes will never have a wide open running back and miss him.
He's gonna take that 5.
He's gonna take that 5. And another 5 that would have came from it.
Yep.
So I take IQ over talent any day in any sport.
And Mahomes has
That's
all
why
the
we
talent,
argued
too.
about Westbrook the other day.
That's funny.
Like that's just I'll take IQ over talent any day in any sport. And
Mahomes has both. So
and Mahomes has both.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, we'll see. It's definitely tough.
it would be insane for Josh Allen to have the offensive line and run the ball. Like the holes they give their running backs to give to Josh Allen, who fucking knows? But
Yeah, I don't think about when the Packers kicked that field goal versus Brady a couple years ago. Like Sirianni was going for it all game.
as he should have. Yeah.
Like I love that shit. I
No,
like
that was
dude.
really cool.
Like that's how you win games, and that's how the Eagles took a big lead. Like,
They were saying
that
they were
early
even
touchdown.
playing third down like it was
Yeah, they would
second down.
It was 3rd and 7. They would like hand it off, and then
Yeah.
no matter what happened, they were
We're
going on
still
4th
going
down.
for it.
Yeah, I love that
I
shit.
was like, oh, here comes another hand up off the middle to see if they can get it. If not, we're gonna just go for it
Yeah.
again on 4th down anyway.
but you got Matt LaFleur kicking a field goal with 2.5 minutes left.
oh, that was disgraceful.
And we never get the ball back. So people could say Rodgers isn't clutch, and maybe he wouldn't have scored, but he didn't even get the opportunity. It's
well,
like,
he should have scored on the play before that.
Yeah, he should have ran it in. But at the end of the day, even he said maybe if I knew we were kicking a field goal,
Yeah.
I would have known
might
I
have
had
changed
to
his
run it
mind,
in. He was
yeah.
thinking like, I'm not going to risk it. I have another play. Let's call something better.
That shit like that is like, you have to be on the same page, man. Like,
Yeah.
your quarterback should know, like, hey, if I miss it here, we're gonna kick a field goal, or hey, if I miss it here,
Well, in
because
that
maybe you take a bigger
circumstance,
risk. Yeah, like you said.
I feel like it was pretty obvious that you should go for it in that game.
Yeah.
You
Like,
just don't.
that
You
was
never
just-
heard that with the Patriots.
Oh, well, no.
You never heard Tom Brady be like, I didn't know what we were going to do if I didn't complete that play. Tom Brady knew exactly what was coming next, no matter if they completed it or didn't complete it.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear that out of the Chiefs. It's little shit like that makes a championship roster or a not championship
And
roster.
coaching staff.
Yeah, like you should be on the same fucking page.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason your quarterback who's making $50 million a year shouldn't know, hey, we're going to kick the field goal next. Like,
Yeah, even hearing him say that after the game, it's just mind-blowing. He's like, yeah, it was, basically LaFleur's call. I didn't know that was even a thing. Like, he couldn't believe it, really.
I love that Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts just weren't scared at all.
No,
Like,
they
they
were
didn't
just-
give a fuck that it was Mahomes and Andy Reid. They ended up losing.
That QB sneak with Hurts is just wild.
They said they're going to probably outlaw that call.
That play is like
the push-
unstoppable.
the push
Dude. They ran
QB
that
Even
like
without
6
the
times.
push, though, dude, like Hurts squatting 600 pounds. Like Chris Jones jumped over the pile and had him stopped, and like Hurts just was like,
Still
nah.
went forward.
Like, we're good.
They got it 33 out of 37 times this year. or
Yeah, the
something.
push is annoying.
Yeah.
Like, but I still think the Eagles will be fine with Hurts.
I
He's so
don't see
fucking
why
strong.
No,
they
that
would
was
outlaw
any
it.
QB sneak, not just the push. It was any QB sneaks that they did. They did 37 QB sneaks.
That's what I'm
this year, and they
saying.
got
Yeah, like you
33
could
of them,
change the rule. It's going to hurt some teams, but Allen and Hurts are just too strong anyways.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt the fucking like unathletic quarterbacks, but not those two.
I think they should keep it.
I like the play. I think
It
it's
leaves
sick.
just the offense staying on the field longer. It's cool.
Well, I
If you
think
can't stop it, then you don't stop it. Sorry.
I think the issue's more of like once, like someone's gonna get hurt eventually.
I can see that.
Like it's just, you got a bunch of like 300-pound men
Just
pushing one way, like a bunch of 300-pound
smashing
men,
into
like,
each other.
and the
Getting real
quarterback
low
in
and shit.
between is just
Yeah.
like that. I think that's what they're worried about more than it not being able to be defended. But anyway, one last thing. Everyone knows the fucking Bills haven't drafted a Pro Bowler in the first 2 rounds and like since Josh Allen and Tremaine Edmonds.
Oh wow.
So these drafts from the Chiefs, the first 2 after Mahomes sucked, but since then, Clyde Edwards was a terrible pick. But then they got Willie
And
Gay
they
Jr.
could have really hit on that too. They could have
Yeah.
got Swift or JT.
Yeah,
That would have been disgusting.
they got Willie Gay Jr. in the second round, starting linebacker for him, good player. Lucas Niang, is he starting for them? Tackle? I don't know.
I don't know.
But they got L'Jarius Sneed in the 4th round, been a great player for them. The year after that, Nick Bolton and Creed Humphrey in the 2nd round.
Yeah, we took a center 63 or whatever, and fucking
Yeah.
Humphrey went 64.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind Myers or whatever, but man, Humphrey's so good.
Humphrey is like borderline All-Pro. Did he
Yeah.
get second-team All-Pro this year?
I don't know. I'm
I
pretty
know
sure
Kelsey
last
got
year I
first
think
team.
he got first team though.
Really?
I think so. I could be wrong, but
2nd-round pick. Nick Bolton, 2nd-round
Yeah,
pick, one of the best linebackers in the league. Don't know who the fuck this guy is, but Noah Gray in the 5th round, who's
That's
made
the
a
tight
ton
end.
of
That's the
plays
tight
this
end.
year. The backup. No, I know who he is.
Oh,
the
okay.
pick before him, I didn't know
who was it?
Joshua Kando?
No.
Defensive end.
It's Josh, dude.
And I'm pretty sure Trey Smith, the 6th-round pick, he's one of their starting offensive linemen, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm almost certain he is. A 6th-round pick. Let's look at Chiefs' offensive line.
Yeah, so they just draft a lot better than most teams, not just them.
Yeah, that's how you just sustain.
Yeah. Trey
The
Smith,
winning
their
that they
starting
do.
right guard, 6th-round pick. So they got a 2nd-round pick and a 6th-round pick that they drafted that are only year 2 players starting on their offensive line. They signed, obviously, Orlando Brown, and I think they traded for Joe Tooney. And then this year's draft, they got Trent McDuffie, had a great year. George Karlaftis had like 6
Yeah, he
sacks,
was real
played
good.
well. Sky Moore made plays here and there, was irrelevant sometimes.
Got a touchdown in the Super Bowl though.
Yeah.
First career touchdown.
Leo Chanel,
Yeah.
good linebacker for him. And then Jalen Watson played a lot of snaps for him, and then Isaiah Pacheco in the 7th round.
Yeah, like that's pretty
Pacheco.
good.
Those past 3 drafts, they had a couple All-Pros and like 7 starters, 8 starters. And
Guys that
and
just
3
come in and play well, not even if they're not studs.
Yeah, you got them on the rookie contracts. You can
Yeah,
pay the
they're-
dudes that are the studs.
And I only bring that up for Bills fans to be like, that's what you got to do. Our window, the first window is over. Second window starts now, and it starts with drafting. You're going to lose
Yeah, because
players.
now the cap is against
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
Because you're paying Allen. You missed out on the rookie deals of Allen or whatever, and
You got to hit on these picks.
Yeah.
Like, you got to find a starting offensive. Like, your offensive line needs to be better next year, and it needs to be better through the draft. So you need to identify the players who are ready to play now. You can't let guys like Creed Humphrey go
I don't
past
think you can go get some like really old offensive linemen.
We tried that
like
with
Marcus
Saffold. He
Peters.
was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Well, I thought our offensive line was going to be It's just the lack of consistency. Last year, leading into the playoffs, our offensive line was great. Even in the Chiefs game, the offensive line was fine. And then, and we had the same starting offensive line except for Saffold, who was supposed to replace our worst player. He was awful. Bates was up and down, even though he was great at the end of last year. Fucking Brown looked great at the end of his rookie year and was just trash all year this year. It's tough, man. I get it, but you gotta land those guys. Like John Michael Schmitz this year. I want Osiris Torrance probably isn't gonna fall now. He's like moving up the draft boards, but they gotta get someone, man.
Might be the Buffalo food. It's too good for the linemen, they get out of shape.
They fired their offensive line coach, so I don't know. Hopefully that does something. But
Too many wings and pizza.
That's the tie-in for fucking Western New York. Congratulations, Chiefs. Anything else football before we get to basketball?
Nope.
No. What do you think? Do you think it's gonna be the same 4 teams next year? Like, do you think is there any team where it's like they're like a draft away from like entering that top 5, where it's like the Bills, Bengals,
the
Chiefs?
Jaguars? I think the Chargers.
Jaguars get Ridley back, so if they never had Ridley, but they get Ridley.
Also, playoff experience is just big.
Yeah.
Another year of Lawrence.
Jacksonville's going to be
systems.
knocking at the door a little bit.
If they have a good draft on the defensive side, they're going to be very complete.
The Chargers, I don't know, like maybe Kellen Moore will help change whatever.
Yeah, I hate their head coach, but there's just a lot of talent on that roster that they might be able to.
And I guess we got to see what trades are made. And
my thing with them is they definitely, like, if Moore can help Herbert take that step, then yeah. But if they lose Khalil Mack and Keenan Allen,
if they lose Keenan Allen, that's huge for their offense, just because he's their like safety blanket.
But I guess if they have a really good draft, it kind of replaces those things. So we'll see. Yeah, I really think it's going to be the same 5 or 6 teams next year.
I think Lamar could be a wild card too. If he comes back for the Ravens, they can be right back in it. And if you put him on the Jets,
that's what I mean. We got to see what happens with trades. Like if the Jets end up landing one of these quarterbacks, or
even Miami too. The AFC is wide open.
Yeah, Miami was really good when Tua played.
If Tua, I don't know.
But with his injuries, I just don't see him lasting. Yeah.
Where the NFC, I don't really see like stuff changing.
No.
No one really. There's no one like. I mean, the Lions are like interesting.
But I think as long as Goff's there,
Seahawks and Lions both. But yeah, they're not going to go and
I don't
overtake Philly, San Fran, or Dallas.
All right, so NBA, one of the craziest trade deadlines ever.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
First big trade was Kyrie to the Mavs, which we were able to talk about last week. So far, 0-2 with Kyrie. With Kyrie
they're
and Luka playing together.
With just Kyrie,
just Kyrie, yeah.
Dude's a winner.
Get Luka out of there. Build around
they
Kyrie.
Traded him.
I would like to see Luka give the ball to Kyrie more in the fourth, like moving forward. Kyrie's right now is probably the best fourth quarter player in the league with De'Aaron Fox.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox? The Kings, we haven't talked about the Kings, but the Kings are they still the 3 seed?
Yeah.
I would have never expected the Kings to be the 3 seed. And we always talk shit about well, not us, but like the NBA, like NBA fans are always like media markets can't win or whatever. The fucking Nuggets, the Kings, and the Grizzlies just
they're
top
3 seed. Yep.
That's so I love seeing that shit.
The trade deadline hurt those teams bad though.
Yeah, they did because they didn't get better and the other teams did.
Yeah.
I really thought the Nuggets were gonna win it, but so Phoenix in the biggest trade got Kevin Durant, T.J. Warren.
They gave up a lot though. I like what the Nets did.
I do too. So I wanted to.
Yeah, the Nets just tried to reverse everything they just did.
Well, I want to talk about the Nets because everyone's talking about how the Knicks are super dysfunctional. That's why KD and Kyrie didn't go there. KD and Kyrie made the Nets dysfunctional. Well, yeah, made the Nets dysfunctional. The Nets have been dysfunctional for fucking 15 years, dude. You look back, they traded
back to the.
You look back at how
Pierce.
good teams are ran and bad teams are ran. Fucking, they lost out on the picks that turned into Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, that's so
for
bad.
Paul Pierce and Kevin Durant. Sucked forever.
Kevin
Garnett, my bad. Sucked forever. They get Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. They were a toe away from making the finals. Too. And Harden. They only played 19 total games together.
That's what I was telling Joe because he was saying like Kyrie doesn't win or something like that. I'm like, bro, when Kyrie, KD, and Harden played, they were like, I want to say like 16-3 or
like going crazy offensive efficiency too. Like
when those dudes play together, they were destroying people. I know it's regular season, but it wasn't going to change in the playoffs.
No.
Those are 3 of the best players in the league at that time, especially.
Yeah, that was like
Harden
Harden like
still
2 years
really
ago
good,
before
yeah.
he was fat.
Well, the thing is, I think Joe was trying to make the same point I was making was it's not that he's not a good player. It's like the dysfunction that comes along with him.
Well, the only
And
time
he
that
really
things
has
really
never,
went bad was in Boston, but he played with a young Tatum and Brown. I bet you if Kyrie went to
Yeah, but
Boston
the very
now,
next year they
And
were
a fresh
better.
coach. Like,
yeah, I don't know. If Kyrie went to Boston now, I bet you they would smack the shit out of someone.
I don't know.
I think
don't know,
Kyrie
though,
gets a
because-
false rep. I don't see the bad teammate.
So he got drafted. They were terrible until LeBron went there.
they were.
That's fair.
He accepted the role he should have. Like the best role for him, he accepted was great at it. They won.
Yeah, he was the Robin to LeBron.
He's the best Robin in the league.
Yeah, but he has to be.
Facts.
He has to be made to accept the Robin role.
Well, he did with Cleveland for those few years. Then he
Yeah.
wanted to go and venture out. I don't think that's wrong.
No, it's not wrong. It just didn't work.
Yeah, then it didn't work, and now he's back. He went back to Brooklyn to do it, and now he's doing it in Dallas.
Yeah, he was going to do
Where
it
was
again
he-
with KD. That was
Did
the
he go
plan.
from Boston straight to the Nets?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I do think he gets an unfair rep because he didn't want to get vaccinated, and he has these issues that happen. But it's not about being a bad teammate. He just sticks up for what he believes in. It seems like
Yeah, but
people wanted him to
Okay.
shut his mouth and go get vaccinated. That made him a bad
No.
teammate.
Yep.
Well, it wasn't just the vaccination, and then after the vaccination stuff comes out, he's like sharing things that says the Holocaust never happened, and like says the world's flat. And
Well, all this stuff maybe makes him a dumb person or whatever, but it's not making him a bad teammate. I don't think he doesn't work hard or doesn't try hard.
Well, I mean, I think it just takes. I think it's just like a distraction that like leads to like it. It's just like, okay, I'm not saying shut up and dribble, but like when LeBron, when people were saying shut up and dribble LeBron, he was talking about like real life things like police brutality and shit, and like Kyrie goes out of his way to like talk about how the world's flat and like and then take it the step like not as just police brutality happening, but Jewish people stole our identity and they never went through the Holocaust, which we have. You could fill this room with evidence that happened. And I don't want to get into fucking politics, but it's just like dumb shit. It's like it's not even saying what you believe in. It's like you're saying what you believe in, but there's absolutely nothing to back it up. It's
hear
just
me
a
out.
weirdo, dude.
Hear me out. Kyrie, right? Probably best ball handler in the league.
Probably
Probably
yeah,
ever.
Probably ever.
Probably ever.
Arguably, yeah.
Claims the earth is flat. Okay, this is physics. I don't know.
There's
He might
that's
know
why he
something
knows.
we don't, and that's why he can dribble so good. You just might want to hear him out on that one. That's all I'm going to say.
all right. I get that one.
And I never heard. Have you heard any teammate? This is my thing about Kyrie. Have you guys ever heard somebody bash Kyrie? LeBron wanted
LeBron
the
wanted
man
him
back.
Yeah.
He
But
was
LeBron
sick.
puts
would
him in
say-
his place. LeBron like
But I never heard Harden, Durant. I've never heard
Maybe Boston.
And but I've never even heard it. Like I've never seen an article where somebody was mad at Kyrie.
I don't know if there was an article that came out, but I'm pretty sure Boston like he gave up on Boston.
Yeah, so
There
we can
was,
say
yeah.
let's just say like Boston, but that's it. He's not like this horrible teammate or person.
Yeah,
Brooklyn didn't work out because those guys were always hurt.
and because he didn't get vaccinated.
At Brooklyn,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
But I respect him for that. I do.
I mean,
Can't just
I don't.
force him to do something.
Yeah,
I know you can't force him to do something. I think it was just a whole thing that
but you can't say
you have to get into politics, which I'm not willing to do right now.
You can't say Brooklyn was a failure, or they were probably going to win at least one championship.
That's
with that
that's
team.
a failure though.
It is, but it's not because of him being a bad teammate. It's because something was. Even James Harden said, "Look, I guess I'm not the crazy one. There's something going on in Brooklyn with the owner and shit like that, and maybe like the being in New York."
Kyrie was like, "I'm happy KD got out of there."
Yeah, like they don't want to. And I actually text you
But
that.
they said that. But they said that about the Knicks originally. They were
Maybe
like,
it's something about New York. They're throwing Charles Oakley out of Madison Square Garden and shit.
No, I get that. I'm not defending the Knicks at all. I'm with you on that. I agreed with them when they said it. It was just funny coming out of their mouths.
Oh, for sure.
Because
Now they learned the hard way that it wasn't just the Knicks.
yeah, and I mean the Knicks now that they finally hired a good fucking front office guy are super functional. They got like a really good roster. They still need the superstar, whatever.
Yep.
But like, I don't know what. Anyway, like on the other side of that, I think the Nets are finally learning from their past mistakes.
They did well.
They did well. They got.
I still
so,
think it all worked out for the Nets, even regardless. Like
no, they signed
haul
3
you
of the
can
best
get
players
back.
ever and did not get a title.
Yeah, like that sucks. But you still probably got a haul back for KD and Kyrie to where it's like, we didn't get that out of them, but we're still set up for like the next 4 years.
Yeah, you got all these draft picks. Mikal Bridges, that's one of my favorite players in the league.
Bridges
Yeah.
is mad nice.
Yeah, Cam Johnson, solid. Finney Smith's a solid player. They have like the best role player team you
Spencer
can have.
Dinwiddie's decent.
They have all these
Dinwiddie's
great role
pretty good,
players.
yeah.
They just need these draft picks to hit or maybe get a star to come over.
So they got a 23 first round, 25 first round, 27 first round from Phoenix. Pick swap in 28, which could be huge.
Yeah.
Like 28 by like Chris Paul's retired, maybe KD's retired. You never fucking know.
Yeah, then they got another pick at 29, right?
Yeah, 29 for Phoenix, and then they got seconds in 28 and 29 for Milwaukee.
They got 5 seconds from Milwaukee for Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder, yeah.
So I mean, they did really well.
No, yeah, they're set up. They're gonna make a huge trade in 3 years and or kill them one of these drafts, and they're gonna be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I really
You
like.
just
it.
signed a bunch of free draft
But we
picks
got to
is
see
what
what's going on in the work environment there, because like I text you, Kyrie's going to play with Jason Kidd now, who's got to be awesome to play for.
Yep.
And then Mark Cuban, who wears a Dallas T-shirt and jeans, is a billionaire on the sidelines. Like, you can't beat that work environment. Like, Kyrie's probably going to have so much fun in Dallas. He already seems so much happier.
Oh, yeah.
Just something about Brooklyn, that owner, I don't know. He's like, we wouldn't trade him to the Lakers because that's where he wanted
That's
to
where he
go.
wanted
I fuck with that. You're finna force
Sign me up to play for work for Jason Kidd and Mark Cuban.
No, listen.
tell
Okay,
you that
you
right
say
now.
whatever you want about the vaccine and the political side of that. I'm the owner. I'm paying this dude all this money. We just signed the best big three in the NBA. We only get 19 games out of him because this man doesn't want to take a fucking
Well, and
vaccine.
Harden and Durant are always hurt, too.
Yeah, but when Harden and Durant played together, they played well together. And then, obviously, like you said, when they all played together, they won a lot of games. But we don't get this title because he doesn't want to take a vaccine. We go through all that. They never it never came out of the Nets until like the very end in the playoffs. They didn't say anything about it. Then he's allowed to play, and they're the 3rd seed in the East. And he's just like,
Well, he wanted a long-term deal, and they wouldn't give it to him.
because why would you? He's always been a distraction. He's never been reliable. Why am I going to sign this dude who's nearing 30 to a long-term contract?
Somebody's
when
going to.
Yeah.
Someone's going
He's
to,
still
but
good
I'm
enough
not.
to get it.
Dude,
But you
no.
can't blame him for that. You can't. The vaccination status is something you cannot blame.
It's not
him
about
for.
blame or not. It's about looking at it for a business decision. Is this a good investment as an owner where I have this dude who has been unavailable to play between injuries, denying the Holocaust, and being a vaccine denier? He's missed more than
He didn't
half
miss
the
games
time.
because of the Holocaust shit, did he?
I think he got suspended.
He
Yeah,
was,
they
like,
didn't.
suspended for a little bit.
Yeah,
Was he really?
Yeah,
I don't know if
I didn't know that.
he had to like apologize, and they
but-
like brought him back in.
Yeah.
That's insane. Well, when Kyrie and Luka are busting people's ass, then that
0-2
guy can
so
sit
far,
there
man.
with Cam Johnson and some good role players. That's not a horrible deal, but he can sit there. And Kyrie
He
will
pushed
be there.
his way out of a 3 seed. It's not like he was on a bad team being
Bro,
wasted.
He brought them to the 3 seed.
He really did. When you're a
He was
player,
going
you're an
crazy.
investment, dude. Like he don't
Exactly.
So he wanted to get his pay.
Oh, and I'm saying, as if you're an owner of any sports team, you look
I'm
at
signing
the
Kyrie.
decisions Kyrie made, and you're saying that he's a good investment.
Yes, because KD also stays now.
Yeah. Do I want to?
Now I have to lose Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
All because
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm sure a lot of people do agree with you. But me personally, like, yeah, I'm signing Kyrie Irving, and I want Kevin Durant.
I just don't really see.
Now you lose Kyrie, and guess what?
Now I
They
gotta
were-
wait till 2029 to be good.
Yeah, this dude will be dead by the time they're good. But think about it, they were trying to get Siakam for KD.
No, they could be
They
good
were
next
trying to
year.
get players
dude.
for
That would be
KD,
fire.
and he didn't. Once Kyrie, the bad teammate, left, KD was done. He didn't want to play without Kyrie. He was out of
Oh,
there.
you're saying like bring him in. To
When
play
they got
with
rid of
KD.
Kyrie, the
Okay.
Nets' #1 priority, they started saying that they were going to try to use their whatever picks they got from Kyrie and maybe some players to get like Siakam, and there was a couple other guys they went after. And KD was like, "I'm good,"
He's like,
and they
nah.
realized, okay.
I think the Nets could be good very soon. I think they could trade. They have all these picks. They
No,
could
I
trade
do
for
like.
another all-star.
Trust me, I love what the Nets have done, but I'd rather have Kyrie and Durant.
I don't know, man. I just like
The 3 seed you talked about, they're right there. The only team I don't think they could beat was Boston. They needed Milwaukee to beat Boston, and then they would have to beat Milwaukee or something. Because something about Tatum and Brown, they smack on Kyrie and
know.
KD. It's so
Yeah,
crazy.
They smoked them last year.
But other than that, like the Nets could have won the title this year.
Yeah.
They
They had a
were
realistic
yeah,
chance.
and now they don't
all right.
until 2029.
I
Next
get it,
decade.
man. I'm happy. I'm happy to hear it because
I wish Bridges would have stayed on the Suns with KD though. Oh my god, I know it wasn't possible.
I just need the Knicks to fire Thibodeau because that's the only thing holding us back at this point.
Do you think the Suns are the favorite now?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I would still go Boston.
Bro,
Just 'cause
how?
Well, it's an
Suns' team
easier
isn't
path
that
for
deep
Boston,
now.
too.
But how do you defend if
The
they're
Suns got Terrence
healthy?
Ross. You see that?
No, I didn't see
I
it.
like that.
If they're healthy, how do you defend them?
Westbrook should go to the Suns.
Oh my God, no! It would ruin everything.
Dude, he just needs to be coached properly.
No, what the-
Monty
no!
You just tell him,
No!
listen, you're going to play like
You can't
12,
coach
15
him.
minutes.
Dude, he's gonna go in that roster. He's gonna be like, "Oh, you got Chris Paul and Kevin Durant. I should be starting over Devin Booker."
No,
That's
you
how.
would
That's
not.
who. That's he
Let me get
would.
the ball.
That's dude. He shot more. Dude, come on, stop, dude.
They would win easily.
He would get a triple-double.
He get a triple double and KD
Needs
would
to
have
be
7
coached
shots
properly,
in the
dude.
last. It'd be Game 7 in the finals, and Russell Westbrook would shoot 11 for 30, and KD would only have 7 total
That'd
shots.
be great. He just needs to be told what he can do. Once he goes 1 for 5, you're benched.
8 turnovers.
Listen, we just talked about how Kyrie, the only years that he like fit in was like next to LeBron. Russ had LeBron.
Yeah. When
Well,
you
I
got
mean,
like,
come
LeBron
on,
and you
bro.
can't make
Russ
it
joined
This
work.
ain't fucking Russ and LeBron no more.
I know, but
I mean, LeBron still might be LeBron. He's unreal, but this ain't Russ no more.
Yeah, but he should still know his role. He's still gunning out there like he's a fucking all-pro.
Him, AD, and LeBron just can never work. They can't shoot.
Okay, that's all KD or that's all AD wants to do.
So it's like I don't think you can really say that. If you had Russ and LeBron from OKC Russ, they would be unstoppable.
Just so athletic.
Yeah, they would just dunk on
As
everybody.
long as Russ knew his role.
But you act like Russ not knowing his role was unsuccessful or something. He went to a finals
They
and
lost
blew a
that
3-1.
finals.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you act like the dude just sucked or his.
He did. He never. I never said he sucked.
But you act like
I
he's
said
so
he
unsuccessful.
I said he makes plays in times where he shouldn't make those plays.
But he also made great plays that you don't give him credit for, like
No, I
having
give
the
him
most
credit for that.
clutch shots since 2008.
Yeah, he's probably had 370 attempts.
And you don't think Lillard does though? You can't tell me
I'm not,
Lillard
but
was
I'm not
passing.
saying Lillard's better than him.
Well, he is.
Well, I think Lillard.
But that's not my
But
argument.
you know what I'm saying? So I showed him a stat from from when Russ got in the league. He had the most with a minute left in the fourth or overtime, most game tying or go ahead shots. Russ was ahead of Lillard, LeBron, and Durant, the whole league. And he's like,
He had
well, Russ
one more,
probably
he had
shot
one
him
more. Than
But you don't think Lillard
LeBron
was
and
shooting at
KD.
most of Portland's shots?
Yeah, I guess Lillard probably the.
But you could say
volume-wise,
LeBron.
Lillard and Russ got to be close.
And
LeBron-
KD though.
Yeah, you could. I'll give you those two.
Because
But
LeBron does swing it.
But my thing is,
everybody game time. He's the clutchest player. But when Westbrook's beating him in clutch time, everybody,
I had to see.
shot.
I have to see the field goal percentage.
I couldn't find it. It was crazy.
But the thing is I'm not arguing against those two. And Dame hasn't won shit either.
He would if he left though.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
That motherfucker's.
I
too
will
loyal.
tell you without a shadow of the doubt, you can show me that stat 1,000 times, and if you were like, "Who do you want taking the shot?" I'm taking Dame every fucking
Yeah,
time.
I'm taking Dame.
I don't.
But that's
give-
just your hatred towards
No, it's
Westbrook.
not. It's not my hatred.
What if
No.
Westbrook was? Okay,
He's
what
a
if
better-
You don't have the field goal percentage. I'm taking Dame.
That's what I was saying. What if I found the field goal percentage and
I'd
Russ
still
was
take
like,
Dame.
that's what I'm saying. Westbrook's 63% and Dame's 32%. Dude's like, give it to Dame. That's my point. Westbrook has this reputation. People hate him.
Dame smoked him and Paul George with the game winner.
That was
and,
nice.
And
Yeah.
my thing is Dame
deep.
is a good shooter all the time. So
Yeah.
the fact that he's also
But
up
you're
there
saying
in the clutch
shooter,
moments.
Westbrook might have got a game-winning
He might have
dunk.
just
It's
dunked.
not. It wasn't just shots.
Layup.
Okay.
It was game-winning buckets.
I get that. But when it comes down to that, I want the guy who's going to get me the game-winning shot because I don't want someone to force him off his spot and him to be uncomfortable. Dame can hit from anywhere on the floor. Kobe has a lower field goal percentage and less game winners than LeBron. I think he's more clutch than LeBron. LeBron was just so big, no one could stop him from getting to that spot. I would rather take the clutch shooter. That's just
So if I showed you, like I said, I showed you a stat where Westbrook's 60%.
I'd have to admit it, man. But
Like, that's just
I
crazy.
still want Lillard on my team. I just don't.
I would want Lillard too. I mean, that guy's unbelievable. But I'm just saying, it's just a certain hatred
shot on the
Westbrook
line.
gets. That's why I've always fought for Westbrook for years because people just hate the guy.
He's a
All the
low
players
IQ
love
player.
him. All the players
They
love him and
respect,
speak high
they
on
respect
him.
his grind. I
And
get
nobody
it.
else does
Yeah,
though.
because he's just works so hard.
That's it. Like he's got the Mamba mentality.
He's the Jalen Hurts. Those are my type of guys.
Jalen Hurts almost
Send me
won the
them.
bowl
And Westbrook almost won the finals.
with KD.
yeah.
He didn't
I
almost
mean,
win
they
that
didn't
either.
almost win
They
that
lost in
one.
5.
Well, I'm saying he got there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He was up 1-0 though.
They were young. They were
I
young.
mean,
they
they
were
got
young.
a-
They won. They had a lead in the series.
I think they win the year that they had the 3-1 lead on Golden State.
Yeah, they were up 3-1.
But you know what they both did? You know what Russ started doing?
It wasn't just Russ. That was KD too.
Thank you, because I looked these stats up.
KD
Russ
sucked,
played
too.
pretty much the same as KD.
I know, but I just remember.
And then
the-
KD ran off. They could have ran it back. And
I remember
Russ
the
shot
plays-
it
Back and maybe
Yeah.
won the next
this
year.
dude,
They were the
dude was
best
like,
team in that playoff.
Oh, KD's got 5 feet in front of him. Russ, Oh, missed. Guess what? I bricked the shit out of I just remember Russ doing that.
Russ
and I
ain't
was
no pussy.
I remember Russ doing that, and I was like, never again, dude. I was like, I'll hate him until the end of time. I don't like how he plays.
I do hate that he did it with having KD on his team. Other than that, I love that shit though.
Oh,
I don't want Andre Robertson and Deion Waiters taking that shot. But when you have Durant, I obviously get it. Roberson, yeah, that was fucking name. That he sucked. He was like their third leading scorer that year. You tried to tell me that Russ's roster was good.
Which one?
The year where Russ averaged 31, 11, and 10 or whatever.
No, I said the year he had Victor Oladipo,
He had
Domantas
Oladipo,
Sabonis.
It's
Steven
Sabonis
Adams.
at 20 years old and Jeremy Grant at 22. Those dudes were
They
playing
were
13. They were playing 13 minutes a game. Blame
they-
Billy Donovan.
I do,
That's not
I
Westbrook's
do,
fault.
I do, but even Victor Oladipo, who was starting.
Yeah, he was shooting 6 for 15 a game.
Yeah, and
he
guess
was
what?
stunning.
He went over the next year and was an All-NBA player. As soon as he left Russ. It was All-NBA.
Where'd he get that at?
Huh?
With the Pacers?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And then he got hurt. And now
But you
it
can't
sucks
bring
again.
up that he had Sabonis and Grant when those dudes were getting 12
He
minutes
had
a game.
decent players. It wasn't like his team was garbage.
Dude, he had
Houston.
Adams.
Go look at Houston's roster that year.
With Harden?
His best player was Eric Gordon.
It was. I did look at it, but you know what was
PJ Tucker too.
you know what was nice about Harden's roster
I
that
like
year?
PJ Tucker.
It was Harden and all good three-point shooters. It was Ryan Anderson, Lou Williams,
Yeah.
Eric Gordon. So I know those dudes aren't good,
is great.
but those dudes all were shooting 40. Patrick Beverly shot like 42%
Because
from
my
three
man
that year.
Harden was opening him up.
But Westbrook does
Bop,
that, but he gives it to
bop,
Roberson.
bop.
That's the difference. Roberson was starting that
What are
year.
you talking about? His MVP year?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What
we're
year
looking
was
at
that?
here.
16?
I'm taking Harden
Yeah.
over Westbrook, if that's what you're saying.
My argument always was people always loved Westbrook or Harden, hated Westbrook, but they were similar players. Like Harden would turn the ball over a million times.
Yeah.
Harden would shoot 42%.
Harden has like some insane turnover games.
He's
in the
got the
playoffs.
record for most
Yeah.
turnovers in a season too. That was always my argument. Like they both would be similar. Like don't get me wrong, Harden is better because he could shoot.
Yep.
And he would get to the line and shoot like 90%.
He had Ennis Freedom, who was killing at
Yeah,
the time.
that is freedom, man.
He was nice, bro.
Yeah, because Westbrook would drive and hand it to him. He would catch it and put the ball in the hoop.
No, even
Cantor?
at the Boston, he was good.
He had Cantor, didn't he?
Before he,
Right,
that's freedom. That's
what
freedom
his
now.
name is now, yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Anthony Morrow was a shooter.
Yeah, come on. Man.
Dougie McBuckets,
Wasn't he young?
shooter.
Too?
Yeah, he was young.
Yeah, he had these dudes too early.
He had Ilyasova.
Dude, come on.
Ilyasova's
Get
nice.
away from me.
Ilyasova's nice.
That's one of those guys you pick in 2K because you can stand in the corner. And hit
Talking about
threes.
shooters.
Yeah. And they went to he got him to the playoffs.
Facts, but guess who had a better seed?
Yeah, I mean Harden is better, but people act like Westbrook doesn't even belong in the conversation with him.
I don't think.
Harden would shoot
yeah, I don't think he
42%.
does.
Westbrook would shoot 40. Harden would turn over 5 times. Westbrook would turn over 5 times.
But the offensive just juggernaut that Harden was.
Yeah, but Harden Westbrook's a 2-time scoring champ and a 3-time assist leader. Like he has the resume that people forget. They forget how good Westbrook was.
I mean, Harden he was shooting 45, 44, 44, 44, 45, 44.
When?
He was always that
A
was
lot of people
all
like
his
say,
Houston
like,
years.
Yeah, like Russ is
From
gunning
2
for
or
the
from
stats.
overall?
That's overall.
I mean, every year I looked at it was 42 because I was sending you the stats
Maybe that's him from.
because he was sucking from 3. Well, not sucking, but it brings your percentage down.
No, dude, they're all above 44.
Let me see, man.
Okay.
Fate
Every
of the
year he was in
universe
Houston.
on the line. Josh is taking Andre Iguodala.
Give me Iggy Dollar.
I'm impressed. That does change a lot of my opinion. I swear. I remember I was sending you the stats.
Yeah,
Well, maybe it was the
It might have
playoffs.
been playoffs.
Yeah, so he does shoot a lot. So he was shooting a lot better than him. But even still, Westbrook
And you won't see me defend Harden in the playoffs.
still was up there in that
disappears.
tier. I'm not saying he was better than Harden, never once.
No, he was in that tier. I just always thought he was in that tier strictly because of athleticism. I thought he didn't have the skill of other guys, and I don't think he
But
has
that's what
the
makes
IQ,
it fun
the
to me,
IQ
though.
of other guys.
This dude was literally like 6'3", 6'4", and dominating the game the way like Giannis would because he was just too athletic. And
Super athletic and just super like
Yeah, like, that's
motor
fun to
of
me.
craziness.
Yeah, I get that.
that's why I was telling you, you were like, "How is he your favorite player?" I'm like, I don't know.
If
used
you,
to
I get
love
it from
watching him
I get
play.
it from an entertainment standpoint. I just don't.
Just cramming.
My point was, out of all the superstars from that era, he would be my last pick. Like if you put him in a room with,
But like you said, a superstar.
he is a superstar.
That's it. That's all I
I
care
never
about.
said he wasn't though.
Is that dude? But like Ben and those guys, like a few other guys, literally would act like they would talk about Westbrook's turnovers and IQ, but Harden would do the same shit, and he would love Harden. And Harden manipulated the refs and would shoot 20 free throws a game
That's
that
true.
helped his scoring,
All right.
which good for him.
yeah, I mean, hey,
That's awesome.
do what you can.
But I'm just saying, don't act like this dude was like God's gift to earth and Westbrook is some bum that like can't shine his shoes. That's ridiculous. He's better than him, sure. Harden is better than him. I know that.
Yeah. All right, so some other trades. Clippers got Mason Plumlee for Reggie Jackson in a second. Plumlee's like low key been pretty nice.
Yeah, they got him and Zubac like the same player now. It's weird.
Yeah, they're just white. 76ers got Jalen McDaniels, 2 second-round picks. This trade was really not much. I mean,
that was the one Thibault went to Portland.
Thibault killed last game, right? Or was it 2 games
Last
ago?
night he played well.
Last night, yeah. And they got a first-round pick. I love that. Like, I like that we got Hart, but first-round pick and Cam Reddish
He was
a
killing
little much.
shit last night.
Yeah, he fits well with us. Like, obviously, him and Brunson played together on the national championship team. I think he fits well with us. He plays defense. He needs to shoot better from 3, but we'll see. I like it. He makes us better. Clippers got Eric Gordon, 3 future seconds. Rockets got John Wall, Danny Green.
And he got bought out or waived.
That's
or whatever.
crazy, dude.
And Danny Green's going to Memphis or Cleveland.
And they got a
that's pretty good.
pick
Yeah.
swap that's protected. Grizzlies got Luke Kennard.
Oh, Grizzlies got Luke Kennard?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. I like that.
Celtics got Mike Muscala, which I like. Thunder got Justin Jackson, 2 future seconds.
That's why I like the Celtics. Muscala will eat. He'll do something in the playoffs for them. Like, they always find these guys, like Grant Williams and shit, that come up huge.
Just to fit in nice.
Yeah.
Pelicans got Josh Richardson for Devontae Graham, 4 seconds.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
crazy how picks mean nothing in the NBA. Like 4 seconds for Josh Richardson.
I don't get it. Like, we're starting to
see second rounders really.
Yeah, but we're seeing it more often. Like, more often than back in the day. Like, you got
Draymond was a nasty
Jokic and
second
fucking Giannis, like, the past 4 MVP
Was
awards.
it Joker a second round pick?
Yeah, they were both.
Giannis was.
Or
second
was
round
Giannis
pick?
late
was
first?
He was first.
What was he, like, 19th, right?
He was it was something in the teens.
Yeah, okay. So who am I thinking of that was a second-round pick? Oh, Draymond was a second-round pick.
Dude that dresses up crazy that used to be on the Lakers.
Dressed up crazy.
Yeah, everyone hated him. He was like power forward. He's not good.
You talking about Nick Young?
Nope.
I don't know.
He's young. He sucks.
Yo, he sucks. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm trying to hit Jokic every time with them second-rounders.
Yeah, I'd rather take a bunch of darts than have Josh Richardson.
Yeah.
Or you could even package all these seconds with like a first to move up or something. I don't know. I don't know how it works in the NBA.
I really like this trade for you guys. You guys got James Wiseman. I
I
don't
love
care
that
how he
shit.
struggled so
Yeah.
far. He's got a way higher ceiling than. I
Now
mean,
we
Sadiq
have,
Bey
we
is
have
a big
Wiseman
loss.
and Duren now, both Memphis talents. Like, I like that. Duren's nice.
Duran's been killing.
Yeah,
Didn't he
so
have
I
like
like
30
that.
and 15 the other
Yeah.
day?
So I like that. Hopefully Wiseman can figure it out.
Gary Payton went back to the Warriors. I love Gary Payton.
He failed the physical. Did they fix all
Did
that?
he really?
The
This is
trade-
on NBA.com. So
Yeah, the trade went through because Bay did play. So the trade, he must have fixed it, but at first it was on hold.
do you think like giving up Sadiq Bey is like worth getting James Wiseman?
Yeah, only because if we can, well, it just depends where they end up drafting next year. Maybe they wanted to get the big man. They like Wiseman. They don't like none of the big men coming out because we're gonna pick in the top 5, potentially first overall.
Yeah.
And that kid that's like 7'4", whatever, he don't play like a center, does he? He'd
I believe
be like
he's
a
like
KD.
power forward probably.
So
be
like I think
yeah.
maybe just get the big man, and Bay won't have really a role. I don't know, but you got to win the lottery. That's what sucks.
Yeah. Other Suns trade was they got rid of Dario. Dario, how do you say Saric?
Sarge, yeah.
He went to Thunder. They got Darius Basley.
Oh wow, the Suns got Basley.
Yeah, I mean they're rounding out their bench now.
Like I said, I think they were getting Terrence Ross too. I don't know if it was finalized.
Hawks got Bruno Fernando, Garrison Matthews. Rockets got Justin Holiday, Frank Kaminsky, 2 seconds.
Big Frank.
Nuggets got Thomas Bryant. This is the move that just didn't make sense to me. The Lakers give up Thomas Bryant. They get Mo Bamba.
Okay.
Dude, what is that? That's like a linear move to me. I don't know. Thomas Bryant was actually playing well with the Lakers.
They weren't giving him minutes. There was something they must not have liked about him on defense or something.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think it hurts him at all.
No.
Yeah, but it doesn't help either. It's just weird. Clippers got Bones Highland. I guess he was
the
like,
Clippers made mad moves I didn't know about.
yeah, but I guess he was just like didn't want to be in Denver.
He was like talking shit about Jamal Murray
Yeah.
because they were asking him how he felt about playing with 2 greats in Denver and now playing with 2 greats in the Clippers.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, it was cool playing with Jokic. He was a great, and now I'm going to play with 2 greats on the Clippers." He like just didn't give Murray any credit.
Lakers trade low IQ Westbrook. So they get D-Ross, Malik Beasley, who I like, Jared Vanderbilt. I mean, I guess through
It
the
makes
trade,
sense because Russell could shoot. and
D'Angelo
Westbrook
Russell's
can't.
good, yeah.
Yeah, Russell
He can hit
also
some shots.
plays zero
He
defense.
can play off ball.
Malik Beasley hits shots. Jared Vanderbilt. He like is like a stretch 4, right?
Yeah, he's
like
a
he
good
could shoot
player.
better than Bryant, so maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Timberwolves got Mike Conley, which I like. I can never pronounce his name. Alexander Walker, 3 seconds. Jazz got Russell, Damian Jones, first-round pick.
They're just stacking up on first.
Yeah. It sucks for Russ, though. Just get shipped off to fucking Utah.
He's about to go to Miami or Clippers or
Yeah,
something.
did they buy him out yet?
Not yet.
I could see it. That's the same place he's like yelling at the fans.
This trade got Joe really excited. Jacob Podol. This
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
we're talking about KD and
That
shit.
shit was funny.
He texted the group chat. Jacob Podol just went to the Raptors.
That was a good move, though. It was just bad timing for like his
Yeah.
publicity. It was like Kevin Durant got traded, and like 10 minutes later, they're reporting that this dude got traded. Who'd they give up for him?
Kem Birch, who I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he played for the
2024 first and 2 seconds.
That's not bad. I like that move for the Raptors.
I think for the Spurs too. It just sucks. Like greatest coach ever, just kind of like dealing. Like, what are you doing, man? You don't have time to rebuild the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like
Maybe he's set up for the next coach, though.
That's
Nice
real.
of him, man.
Yeah,
If
he's
I'm
already
him-
done enough.
I'm already known as one of the greats. I'm rich as fuck. I'm not working into my 70s. I'd be living on a beach somewhere. But so other than the Suns, like who do you think won the? I think the Lakers won if they could figure it out.
The Mavs.
The Matt.
They got a great teammate. They got a good attitude in the locker room.
You know, no one in Texas cares about the vaccine.
Yeah, they're chilling. So I do like that.
I like what the Clippers did. They
Because the
got some
Suns give up
scoring
a
off
lot
the
to give up
bench.
KD, too, though. The Mavs give up Finney-Smith and Dinwiddie. Like, Finney-Smith, I think they'll miss. But upgrading Dinwiddie to Kyrie is crazy.
That just goes to show that everyone in the league has that same value opinion of him. Like he won't. He's already said he's not gonna sign a contract till the end of the season. Like he's already not.
Well, the Nets had no leverage. They had to give him up cheap.
Yeah, and they were like being choosy where they're going to send him.
Well, they had no leverage with KD either.
Was he a free agent after this year?
Well, but that doesn't matter in the NBA. If a player wants out, he's getting out.
Oh, okay.
Like
Well, KD's also,
KD.
yeah, like we said, me and him agree that Kyrie's the best Robin. KD's fucking Batman.
They have to be the favorites now, dude. How do you guard them?
The Celtics are.
There's no way, bro.
Well, you know why? It's
How
because the West is loaded. Like the Suns.
There's a
road,
possibility they like get hurt and like lose in the
Boston's
second
gonna
round.
play fucking the Raptors or somebody in the first round sweep. Second round they're gonna play like the
Knicks
Heat,
about to
which I
upset
guess could be good, or play the Knicks sweep.
Fuck you,
The
bitch.
Suns are gonna play like the Clippers, the fucking Mavericks, and the Nuggets or something. Like that's a tough road to just be like, oh, they're gonna make it. Boston's gonna have one hard series, maybe two.
Yep. With Milwaukee.
No, but I mean, low key, the East before the trades. Obviously, the trades changed a lot. But the East was a tougher conference.
Well, yeah, because Brooklyn was
Like
good.
the Knicks would be like at one point they would have been like a 3 seed, like a 4 seed in the West, and they were a 7 seed in the East.
Yeah.
But
Boston,
they also
Milwaukee are on a collision course now,
Yep.
to where the West is like a gauntlet of teams.
yeah.
Like imagine if the Lakers get in the play-in and make it, and they have like healthy LeBron, AD, and all these dudes they traded for.
Yeah, it's not like an easy first
That's
round.
a fucking crazy 8 seed to have to play.
That's true.
To
There's a
where
lot more playoff experience in the
The
West.
East right now, the Wizards are somebody near the 8 seed. The fucking Celtics will kill them.
Yeah, the Wizards, dude.
I don't know, man. I see why the Celtics are favored. I'm not saying they would beat. Like if they play the Suns in the finals, the Suns could be favorites in the series.
True.
But to win the finals, Vegas is saying your money.
The path is just way
yeah,
easier.
you're getting a better price on Boston or the Bucks to make it.
I just don't see if they're healthy how they lose, man. I don't know. How do you guard those dudes?
How do you guard Kyrie and Luka?
You let them score 80 and the rest of the team score 10.
It does suck that they don't have like that. They need one more shooter. Like they have those, like this Josh Green kid and Hardaway, but they're missing like that one, like that Terrence Ross.
Bro, what I'm saying is, all right, KD, Devin Booker, arguably 2 best scorers.
We gotta
in
see
the
how they
NBA.
work together though. It's
They got-
easy
but
for
they got
Booker to
Chris
work
Paul
with
putting
Paul.
it all together though.
Yeah, that is huge.
They're
That
gonna
is
like
crazy.
everyone's gonna be open. Like you're gonna have to let Chris Paul just be
But they're
open
not
in the
deep,
mid
bro.
range.
If KD gets hurt again, Paul gets hurt again, Booker gets hurt again.
That's true, man.
They are they're injury prone for sure.
Not that Dallas is deep, so I wasn't saying that, but I could see like a team like the Nuggets, they're missing Jamal Murray and they don't care. Like they're smacking the shit out of people.
Yeah, but playoffs that changes.
It does, but
Get Jokic out of here.
I don't know. I think the Suns have to be the favorites.
I mean, I would take them as well.
That's unreal, dude. I mean, Devin
I
Booker
love their
was just
lineup
out here
too because
pooping on
Craig
people.
starts, so he's like the defender on the starting lineup, and then Warren, if he can get back to anything close to bubble Warren, he gives him a good spark off the bench. And who
Yeah,
else
I don't
do
know
they
what
have?
happened to him. Someone stole his powers because he was nice in Phoenix too.
They have
he was
somebody
in
else
Phoenix
off the
before.
bench that I like. Oh, Shamet, he's all right.
Basley they just got. He's
And
not
then-
terrible.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. I don't really see how anyone.
Josh
beats
said
him.
he's not worried about the West. He's only worried about Boston or some shit.
Yeah, and since then, well, fucking the West went crazy. That was before the
I know.
trade deadline.
CJ McCollum tagged him and said, "This is all because of you."
People have been hating on Morant too because he acts like he's a thug. Dude's like the skinniest dude in the NBA. He'll get tossed by like.
Shannon Sharp would have killed him.
Shannon Sharp out here like 55, benching 600 pounds. Don't fuck with that dude.
In his knit sweater.
College basketball's been sick.
It's crazy because it's like the weirdest teams now.
Fucking Purdue's just about to win it all.
Alabama's number one for the first time in
Yeah.
like 20 years or some shit.
Nate Oates, dude.
Alabama?
Alabama.
Houston's
That's
nice.
crazy.
ASU's doing the same thing they do every year.
Yeah, they suck.
They suck.
Florida sucks.
Fire Bobby Hurley. I wish all my teams would fire their coaches, except for the Bills, maybe.
You had a horrible sports
He said
life.
maybe.
I just thought about that.
Bro.
Your sports life is terrible.
You know what?
You like the Yankees? Even they suck lately, though.
No, I mean, other than the Astros, like,
The Yankees haven't done anything.
they're still
in a
like the
decade,
top
dude.
7 team of the last 10 years.
Yeah, but that's not what you're
Doesn't
It's
do
not what you're
anything.
looking for with the Yankees.
You already
Yankees,
have
you're
the
looking
Knicks.
for chips.
You
Yeah.
have Knicks, Arizona State, and the Bills. Those teams do nothing. Zero championships.
Yeah, 0 championships, but they've been good.
The Bills been good the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But what has Arizona State and the Knicks done?
Arizona State was good my last year of college, which was 5 years ago.
What
almost.
seed were they in the tournament?
They were like a 9 seed.
Didn't they lose like UB?
No, they lost
Arizona lost.
They
to
lost
UB.
to Cuse.
Oh, okay. So you were just getting smacked by local schools.
Yeah. No, I hate Arizona. That shit made me feel so good inside. No, yeah. I mean, I have a terrible. I hate like a lot of these dudes. Like a lot of like the people I went to college with would be like, "Oh, my team's I'm the worst." Like a Philly fan complained on my Twitter because they've won 2 out of they've been to 10 championships as the city and they've only won 2. I was like, bro, don't ever complain about that again in your life.
Yeah, you just went to the World Series and the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like you've seen your team win a Super Bowl. If you're not under 20, you've seen your team win a World Series. Like there's so many fan bases who would fucking kill for that, bro. Like so many people would like try arguing with me. I'm like, if you're not a fucking Browns fan or a Lions fan, like even if you're a
Lions.
Detroit fan though, you saw the fucking Tigers win a
The
title.
Pistons crushed
You saw Pistons win the titles.
I had a lot
If
of
you're
fun with the
around our
Pistons,
age, if
yeah.
you're like 25 or younger, you probably didn't see that series. What year was that?
When the Pistons won?
Yeah,
03.
03.
04.
Yeah.
Oh, the defense team.
Yeah. So like it's just I don't really get anyone saying that they have worse except for Cleveland. They saw their team win a title. Like no one has worse than
Cleveland had
than
LeBron,
Buffalo.
yeah.
No one has it worse than Buffalo. I don't care. Like you got Cleveland, you got a title. We don't even have a basketball team. Fuck out of here,
You
dude.
got the Bandits, though.
Yeah, they be winning all the titles too. I don't know how I started talking about that, but yeah.
No, I just told you your sports.
Oh, because
life
ASU
sucks.
sucks too. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do this every year. They need to fire Bobby Hurley. They start out 15-1. They get ranked at some point. They start to suck. They're like 3rd in the Pac-12. They might make some noise. They lose 5 out of 4. It happens every year.
5 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
That's terrible. Winning
4 out of 5. They lost 5 out of 7
They
though.
lose 2 games at once.
You know, if you guys lost to Oregon State. Fuck yeah. You
Those
guys
don't count as 2.
No, Oregon State was the only team they did beat.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, fuck you, dude. Florida sucks too now.
That's a fact.
At least we stole your quarterback.
It's so trash. I had some real good years with Florida, though.
Yeah, you
I had
did.
the Noah team and then,
And the football teams.
Tebow, yeah.
They win
Tebow.
back-to-back, right?
They won back-to-back in
And
basketball,
basketball.
and they won basketball, football at the same time.
Yeah.
Aaron Hernandez.
Hell yeah. Our team was squatted.
They just had the
We
Jesus
had all the
freak leading all the convicts,
Yeah.
dude. You know that you knew who have to be a great football player to both be white and a Jesus freak and earn the respect of your entire team who is filled with convicts.
Yeah.
Legitimately, like straight up murderers.
They
That's
loved
how
the
you
guy.
know Tebow was the leader, bro.
Yeah, they loved him, dude.
You imagine a preacher walking into like a gang room and just like
And when
leading
he
them
would
all.
talk in the locker room,
Unifying
like
them.
they all listened. Like they
Yeah.
were all dead ass. Like Tim's talking.
That was probably my favorite team of all time, bro.
They had
They
the
were so
Pouncey brothers and
entertaining.
Hernandez alone.
Oh my god.
Just straight killers.
All right.
I know, right? That team was crazy. Like, how did those 2 guys end up on the same team?
There was someone else too that didn't make it to the pros, but like got accused of murder or like beating someone or something on that team. That team is crazy.
Florida man. Urban Meyer was the coach who obviously had his issues with the Jags. You seen?
That shit was
all brought in by
yo.
Urban Meyer.
Yeah, we were so lit.
Jesus loves prisoners, bro. That's what it is, man.
He forgives, man.
He was trying to give them light in their life. Didn't work, but yeah. And college basketball's fun. March Madness coming up soon. I can't wait for the tournaments, like conference tournaments. The Big 12 is gonna be nuts. Or is the Big 10?
It's the Big 12. Like even if you
Big
go to
12,
bet on it, it's like I think Texas was the favorite at like plus 210. If you go to bet the Big 10, Purdue's minus like 20,000 or some shit.
They lost to Indiana.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, but yeah, who's number 2 now? So it goes out. Is Purdue
Houston.
still number 2? Oh no, Houston.
Houston should be.
What is Purdue 3?
I don't know.
Let's look at the top 25.
Because Purdue lost twice last week, I think. They might have fell farther.
This is the most fun I've had in a season in a while. Probably it's because I'm winning a lot of money on it, but
yeah, it definitely makes things
that
better.
could help.
Oh yeah,
probably.
UCLA's 4. Kansas somehow fought. That's how the Kansas has had like some bad losses and they're 5, but they beat Texas. That's probably how they jumped to 5. Texas is 6, Virginia's 7.
Texas lost yesterday to Texas Tech.
Virginia's so boring to watch. They're 7. Arizona's 8. Baylor's 9. Tennessee's fun to watch. They're 10.
Yeah, but they just lost a couple of bad games.
Yeah,
too.
they
Where's
dropped
Purdue?
4 spots. Purdue is 4 or 3.
Oh wow.
Marquette is 11. It's cool because these are teams that were like good in like 06.
Mm-hmm.
Like Marquette, Purdue,
You don't
fucking
see Duke,
UConn.
North Carolina,
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Gonzaga's coming back up. They struggled early in the year, but now they're 13.
And maybe this will be the
Wow,
year they do
Indiana
something.
jumped, man,
What are
off
they
that
now?
win. They're 14.
Oh yeah, they beat Michigan too, though.
Yeah. Well, Michigan hasn't been very good this year, right?
No, it's still a good road win to like add to your
Yeah.
whatever.
Miami's 15, probably because they spanked Duke by fucking like 30. Xavier 16, St. Mary's 17, Creighton 18.
The Big East is good. That's gonna be a good tournament too. Providence, Creighton, Marquette, Xavier, and UConn.
I really like UConn a lot. Dan Hurley's the good Hurley brother. San Diego State. This is like that's the shit that just makes me mad, dude. ASU can't be in here, but San Diego State is.
San Diego
TCU.
State's a better basketball program, probably.
It is not. It is,
In,
but
like, the
they
last
shouldn't
15
be.
years,
It shouldn't
yeah.
be though.
They had Kawhi and shit.
Florida Atlantic University, 25.
Hey.
But ASU can't recruit a good enough team to be top 25. Get the fuck out of here, dude. All right, anything else?
Nope.
No. Damn, I'm so sad about football. I know that we said we were going to do the Texans this week, but there was just too much to talk about. So we'll start the Texans build next week.
The Texans build.
Remember how we did with the Bears last week?
Oh, yes.
Like what we think they should do in the offseason?
What are you going in draft order?
Yeah, we're going to do draft order.
Gotcha.
We're going to have to do 2 or 3 teams in the summer because there's not a lot to talk about, and we don't have 32 weeks until the draft. So we'll do at least Houston next week. Maybe.
There's
Who's the number
definitely-
3 pick?
There's not 32 weeks till the draft. The draft's like in April, dude.
Yeah. That's like 8 weeks.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, so we have to do all 32 teams before the draft.
So
Yeah.
you got to like triple down.
I mean, now there's nothing to talk about. It's just be college basketball and NBA.
You got to hit 5 and 4.
5 teams a week.
5 losses in 4 games.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. TrapNerd Sports everywhere. Joe might be back next week. I don't know, though.
He said Mike.
Kinda
He's
like
probably
how
out
this
there.
went.
Joe's somewhere right now, just cruising along. I saw him in an electric car yesterday, jolted up. He's got a pistachio Starbucks in his hand, just living good. Probably yelling into the mic as he's listening to Josh on the radio right now.
Facts. Oh, yeah. Fuck. I'm also going to remember. I didn't want to do this because I am a better friend than Joe.
You don't have to do it.
I'm petty. Joe wants to highlight every time I'm wrong. He said the Eagles were going to smack the Chiefs. I said the Chiefs were going to win. You're wrong, Joe. Fuck you.
Mahomes just isn't. I mean, he got smacked by Brady, but that was when he had like 7th string offensive line.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not smacking Mahomes.
I
All right, Joe was wrong, though. But, yeah, thank you guys for listening. TrapNerd Sports everywhere. TrapNerd Creations, all that good stuff. Go look it up. Thanks.
Peace.
Peace.
Adios.